Hello, everyone. Welcome. We'll just give everyone a few more minutes here to join and connect to the Zoom. Good morning. Hope everyone is having a good day. I'll just give everyone a few more minutes here to join. Ready? Great. Hello, everyone. So welcome to Free Training Friday. Hope you're all having a great day. My name is Commerce7. I'm part of the customer success team here at Commerce7. Today for Free Training Friday, I'll be talking about apps and extensions and how you can leverage our app ecosystem and partnership network and the different integrations that they've built into Commerce7 to really extend the capability of your Commerce7 solution. So in this presentation, I'll be going over 5 apps that are heavily downloaded or installed on Commerce7 and the value proposition that each app provides for the winery. So Commerce7 really has a robust API that allows connections to different systems. And we have a great partnership network of developers who build integrations, apps, and extensions that take Commerce7 data and sync it to different places. And then where you can leverage the functionality of a third-party app to do certain things for your business that maybe perhaps Commerce7 doesn't have the capability to do out of the box. So I'm going to jump into my first app. Or actually, before I start, I'm going to show you where the apps and extensions section is on the admin panel. So when you land on the dashboard, you should see an apps and extensions section on the left-hand side here. If you don't see it, it's likely because your role type is not admin owner. Only admin owner at the winery will be able to see the apps and extensions section. So if you don't have that access, reach out to an admin owner at the winery to provide you with that access. And in the apps and extensions section, you see a list of the apps that have been developed and are available for you to install, and a brief description on what they do and how to install them. And yeah, so we'll be talking about Klaviyo and MailChimp, apps that are created by our friends at Digimatic. So let's go back here. So Klaviyo and MailChimp are email marketing services that allows for sophisticated email automations. You can configure different triggers to send out different emails to be sent to your customers out of Klaviyo or MailChimp. These triggers are generally linked to a customer action or customer behavior where they make a purchase or sign up for a club or haven't made a purchase in a long time. You can configure a lot of sophisticated automation on the Klaviyo and MailChimp side to trigger these emails. And for that to be effective, your Commerce7 information and Commerce7 data needs to consistently flow and sync with the third-party system on Klaviyo or MailChimp. So transactions that occur and the different events that happen on Commerce7 are known by Klaviyo or MailChimp. So those integrations by Digimatic connects Commerce7 and MailChimp and syncs over the data between the two systems. And when you've done that, you are able to do a lot of really powerful email marketing campaign and automated emails. And the two that I would really recommend is the abandoned cart email and the abandoned club sign up email, which are available if you integrate with Klaviyo and MailChimp. So these are very, very effective email that converts at a high clip. So abandoned carts are carts that were started on the website where items got added to the cart, but it was abandoned for whatever reason. The browser got closed. The system keeps track of that and can trigger an email to that customer, encouraging them to resume and finish off the transaction that they've started. And that converts at a really high clip. I've done some research online. You see a lot of different percentages in terms of the conversion, depending on the industry, but they are overwhelmingly more effective than general marketing emails and other automated emails. And similarly, abandoned club signups, customers who've started the club signup process but abandoned it in the middle, you can trigger an email to remind them and encourage them to resume the signup process and complete it. Another great thing about the integration is we send product information along with images. So as you're configuring your emails in Klaviyo and MailChimp, you can have really nice product images that come over from your Commerce7 system into their system and populate a really user-friendly email. We sync over order events and reservation events. So if you want to create automation, maybe 2 weeks after an order is placed, asking them about how the experience was or how the wine tasted, you can configure that here. Reservation, same idea. If you want to have an automated drip campaign or an automated email go out after something happened within reservations, all that information from that happens on Commerce7 can sync into these two systems with the integrations that are available in the App Store. There's also better revenue tracking on Klaviyo and MailChimp for the success and effectiveness of your email campaign. You can track which emails convert and what percentage and how much revenue you generated from an email campaign, how much lift, and those types of things are really sliced and diced at a sophisticated level with Klaviyo and MailChimp. We have some of that in our campaigns tool, but certainly with these tools that are targeted for email marketing services, they do provide a deeper level of analytics. And one thing to mention is Digimatic recently built an integration to WinePulse, which is a dashboard, reporting dashboard. So if you really want to power up your metrics and revenue tracking with your marketing efforts, reach out to Digimatic and they can enable both the integration and the WinePulse dashboard. You can really see how effective and how successful your campaigns are. And on that point, we also did a recent webinar hosted by the developer at Digimatic and a marketing expert from Highway 29 Creative, where they go over what data is available that we sync between Commerce7 to Klaviyo and what you can do with that data and the different triggers that are really effective for that campaign. So I'll actually just pop the link to the video in the chat here. All right, so Margaret will pop that link in the chat. It's a really great resource. They did a great job on explaining what's functionally available and how you can take advantage of the functionality. Awesome. The second app I want to talk about is Shipment Manager. So Shipment Manager is an app created by Treefrog Digital. The main purpose of Shipment Manager is to allow you to fulfill and ship your wine order from beginning to end directly through your Commerce7 admin panel. It allows you to print shipping labels, print packing slips, and pick lists. But the real differentiator with this app is its ability to make customization to shipments. So you can create items you can create shipments with just one item. You can split a single order into multiple shipments. And you can also combine multiple orders into one shipment. So in your winery operations, you can likely think of some scenarios where these functionalities will be required or would come in handy, where you do need to take a bottle or an order of a large order of 24 bottles and split it apart into different shipments, and have control on how the packages are split apart, and vice versa, the ability to combine multiple orders into one shipment. Perhaps a club member made a web order very close to their club shipment. That could be a scenario where this order or this tool comes in handy. It also has the ability to do a compliance check with Ship Compliant after you make the changes to the shipment. So the initial compliance check is done by Commerce7, but since Shipment Manager allows you to make changes to shipments and add or remove bottles to certain shipments, you need to recheck for compliance, and Shipment Manager has that functionality built in. It's got the ability to schedule future shipments. So this is a great feature for pre-orders or future products. You can schedule future shipments using Shipment Manager, and it's directly integrated into the admin panel. So instead of having to toggle between multiple tabs, Shipment Manager is actually built into the Commerce7 admin panel. So I'll actually show you what that looks like. I'm going to navigate over to Leapfrog. And so you see the orders here. These are shipping orders that are not fulfilled. And if we navigate over to the Shipment Manager section, so this is the app. It's built in directly to the admin panel. You can see those orders populate here, but each line is each item. So this is the same order number. It just got split apart. You have checkboxes and all sorts of different functionalities. I won't go into details on like how to do the different actions, but it gives you the flexibility to split apart and combine different orders into one shipment. So that's what the Shipment Manager app looks like. Awesome. Next, I want to talk about Vimbibe. Vimbibe is an app available in our App Store that you can enable, which will give you the ability to send SMS text messages to your customers. There is some front-end work where your designer needs to add in a plugin to your CMS, because in order for your winery or your business to send a SMS text message to a customer, they have to opt in and explicitly allow you to do that. So this plugin will add a pop-up on the order receipt page, which is the page that appears at the end of a web transaction. At the completion of a web transaction, there'll be a pop-up that appears where the customer can decide if they want to opt in for a text message or not. So you can use this tool for marketing text messages. You can send text messages to customer tags. You can communicate information around shipping. So when the order ships, when Commerce7 receives tracking numbers, we send an email, the order shipment confirmation email. You can set up something very similar to that but send it as a text message using Vimbibe. They also recently introduced a reservation reminder functionality. So reservation information syncs to Vimbibe, and it will know, or you can configure reminders to go out 1 day or 1 hour before the reservation. And lastly, they have the ability to manage two-way texting. So if you want to offer SMS customer service, two-way texting, you can do so using Vimbibe. I actually have some screenshots on what that looks like. So this is an example message that you can send from the Vimbibe app. This is an example back and forth two-way customer service using text messages. And this is what it looks like in the Commerce7 admin panel. It displays below the marketing tab, and it's embedded into the same admin panel. So again, similar to Shipment Manager, you're not toggling between two different systems. And you can configure your campaigns. So, and this is what the pop-up looks like. The plugin that your designer has to add to the CMS. As you can see, this is the receipt page at the completion of a transaction. And this pop-up appears on this page and allows you to opt in for SMS text messages, or you can close if you don't want it. Cool. Fourth one I want to talk about is Shippo or ShipStation. So very similar to Klaviyo and MailChimp, who both kind of have similar functionalities. Shippo and ShipStation are generally ways for wineries to generate shipping labels easily. So they print shipping labels from popular carriers, and both have the ability to do that. The integration between Commerce7 and Shippo or ShipStation is it syncs orders. It syncs order information and all the information required to ship an order, destination, address, product information, name, SKU, weight, images, all sorts of stuff are synced over to Shippo. And based on that information, they are able to generate shipping labels for you to ship your packages with. It also has an automated shipping update functionality. So after you print the label, you generate a tracking number, and that tracking number gets pushed back into Commerce7, and then we'll know that that package has fulfilled once you've printed the label. And it will trigger the order shipment confirmation email, just like if you were getting the tracking number from Ship Compliant. You would also enjoy discounted rates for certain carriers. So Shippo and ShipStation are large companies who have been able to negotiate preferred rates with the carriers and pass on that savings to their users. So by using these services, when you're generating your label, you're able to get discounted rates on your shipping for certain carriers. And lastly, I want to mention that Shippo has a free plan. And our integration with Shippo is also a free integration. So if you need to generate a shipping label for whatever reason, Shippo is probably the path of least resistance to getting that shipping label printed. Even if you're using a fulfillment warehouse, you're using Ship Compliant and passing data over to the fulfillment warehouse, there are still scenarios where you may need to ship something out of the tasting room. Maybe you're trying to ship a product that doesn't, there's no inventory in the warehouse, and you need to ship it out of the tasting room. Generating those labels out of Shippo and addressing that scenario using these tools is really, really valuable and a good way to handle that situation. All right, last extension I want to talk about our app is the custom report app. So the custom report app is an app that you work with TreeFrog Digital to build. So you create reports using any data points available via Commerce7 APIs. TreeFrog Digital is really familiar with our API and can extract whatever data you need them to extract and then populate it in a report where you can define the format of the report, how it displays, and the calculation that it performs. So you'll spec this out with TreeFrog Digital, and they'll provide a quote for the build, depending on the complexity of the report that you're looking to build. And they'll build that for you. And so if you are finding yourself in a scenario where you need a report consistently, but in a format that's not available from Commerce7 out of the box reports, custom reports is your best solution for that situation. If you do sign up and create even a single custom report, you get a bonus report from TreeFrog Digital, the WSN 205 report. This report is useful for importing order data to fulfillment warehouses. So it's in a format that most fulfillment warehouses can accept. So yeah, if for whatever reason you need to manually import orders directly from Commerce7 into the fulfillment warehouse, skipping ship compliant, because that's the most common connector, you can use the WSN 205 report. And it also displays directly inside the Commerce7 admin panel, just like the other apps that we discussed. So I'll show you what that looks like here. So it's under reports. You have a section for custom reports. You have all the custom reports that you've built directly in the Commerce7 admin panel. Click into the report, generate it and download it, and it'll send in the same manner as other reports in our system. All right, so that's the end of my presentation. Want to open it up for questions to the room. Happy to answer any questions related to the presentations or even ones that are not related to apps and extensions. We'll be happy to help.
So we did have a question from Jessica about referrals for the VimVibe app, but we'll send that over to you, Jessica, right after the call today. And S. Compton is asking, can you touch base on how the kitchen ticket runs, that extension?
Yeah. So the kitchen ticket is a POS integration. So it displays in your POS and it allows you to send items within an order to a thermal printer. That printer is likely located in the kitchen, and that is the method of communication between the front of house and the back of house. So I'll show you what that looks like. So most commonly, you'll have a section for food or snacks, but I'll just add different things here. And if you have the kitchen ticket app enabled, you have the option to send to kitchen tickets under more actions. When you send to a kitchen ticket, you can only send an item once, so that prevents double preparing the item. So once an item has been sent to kitchen tickets, it will be removed from this list. So once it's been sent, yeah. And you can send over notes as well, along with that print, which will print in the thermal printer. Another way for the front of house to communicate with the kitchen. Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing else in the chat right now, but I'll let you know if that changes. And if anybody wants to unmute themselves, please feel free to do so.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I have a couple questions in regards to what we went over today. First, in regards to MailChimp. So we use MailChimp at our winery, and I'm just wondering, do the emails automatically update when we add them? Like we have new wine club members, do they automatically update within MailChimp, or is that something that we're needing to do on a regular basis?
If you have the integration, the Digimatic integration enabled, that should happen automatically.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, it's a regular real-time sync. As soon as the event happens, you should be able to see it shortly after.
Okay, one other question. You had talked about the system sending emails in regards to like abandoned carts or abandoned wine club signups. Is that something I need to program within MailChimp, or does it kind of already have that set up?
Yeah, I think the abandoned cart is already pre-configured. So you do still need to enable it on your MailChimp side. But I think it's a pre-configured automation based on sort of what I was seeing on the demo. I would encourage you to watch the link, the recording of the presentation we did last week, the webinar on email automation. That presentation is specifically on MailChimp. So I think you'll get a lot out of that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, I don't see anything else in the chat here either. Just wait another few minutes.
Yeah.
And then Madeline, I know we said we would stay and answer your payments question, so we'll stay on the call after as well. So I just wanted to mention that as well for you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Alrighty. Yeah, if there are no more questions, we can end the Free Training Friday. Really appreciate you guys joining. Thank you for your time. Hope that was useful. You were able to learn a thing or two about Commerce7 functionality and perhaps which apps and extension can extend the capability of our solution to really meet your business needs. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Kirsten.